Hello.
Hi there. We're still waiting for a few more people to join, so we'll get started shortly. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the news briefing, February 4th. Today, we have a couple of exciting topics. We are going to start off with celebrating a major milestone. ACOMI, Adelante con Orgullo, Mujer Inmigrante, is an initiative within the County of Monterey Health Department that supports immigrant women and families through education, leadership development, and access to resources. Mujeres en Acción is a community-based program that started off as a pilot in 2015 and has since grown into a trusted resource for women across the county. Together, they are celebrating 10 years of community impact through this year's conference that will be taking place this Saturday, February 7th, and registration is still open. Here to tell us more is Rosemary Soto, Public Health Program Manager with the County of Monterey Health Department. Thanks for being here, Rosemary.
Thank you, Maite. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just to share a few of the details about ACOMI. ACOMI is an acronym which stands for Adelante con Orgullo Mujer Inmigrante. Translated, it means go forth with pride, immigrant woman. And this is an annual conference that has been held and hosted by the Monterey County Health Department, initially at the start of the 10 years. It was spearheaded by the Behavioral Health Bureau of the Health Department, specifically within the Cultural Competency Committee of that time, and has since grown and evolved. And so we are celebrating the 10th conference. This year, we are doing something quite different, where we are partnering with a local nonprofit community-based organization here known as Mujeres en Acción, translated to Women in Action. Mujeres en Acción is a nonprofit organization that serves to empower and uplift women in their pursuit of higher education and economic self-sufficiency. This organization has done a great deal of work over the last 10 years. They are also celebrating a 10th anniversary. So we have joined forces since there has been what we recognized an alignment of values, goals, and mission between the organization and the purpose of ACOMI. So ACOMI is coming together. It'll happen on February 7th, which is this Saturday, from 8:30 to 4:30. We are holding it at the Hartnell College Student Center in Steinbeck Hall. So we want to definitely express our appreciation to Hartnell College and Hartnell College Foundation for their support and their partnership in making this event a success. We can anticipate that there will be a panel discussion. We have a keynote speaker. We have breakout workshops on various topics, including mental health, physical health, as well as immigration resources, knowing your rights and what to do, as well as we have conversations about just growing to build your economic self-sufficiency as well. Those are key themes that we have heard that are very important and key to uplifting the health and well-being of women in Monterey County. And so this is something that we have continued to carry on over the past several years. This year, we are also very proud to be able to continue to offer childcare for women and their families who are coming to this conference. We have women coming from all over Monterey County and including South County. Transportation is provided for in partnership with Monterey Salinas Transit, MST, as well as the Soledad School District. We're offering breakfast and lunch and interpretation from Spanish to English and Spanish to Mixteco. The conference is held entirely in Spanish. Registration is still open, and we are directing folks to the Mujeres en Acción website at mujeresenaccion831.org for more information and to register. Space is limited. We are open to receiving individuals who are not pre-registered. We highly encourage pre-registration for that reason. But it is also a goal of ours to make sure that no one is turned away at the door. So we want to encourage people to pre-register so that we can ensure that we have enough space for everyone. And I do want to share that, just something that is really special and sets this conference apart is that ACOMI, their planning committee consists of staff from both Mujeres en Acción, County Health Department, Health Equity team. And what is unique is that members of the community who have engaged in various civic engagement activities with the health department, as well as women who have been part of the Mujeres en Acción programming, are part of the planning committee. They are very deeply involved in all aspects of the planning, including site selection, conference workshop themes, as well as conference workshop presenters, panelists, and keynote. This year, we're happy to welcome our Director of Health, Elsa Mendoza Jimenez, and Executive Director of Mujeres en Acción, María Elena Manso, who will partake in a fireside chat, a panel conversation during the morning plenary session. And our keynote speaker is Veronica Vences, who is Vice President of Economic Justice and Opportunity with the Latino Community Foundation. I can pause for any questions, or Maite, would you like me to continue on in Spanish?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and have you do the Spanish?
Great. Buenas tardes a todos. Quisiera compartir con ustedes alguna información acerca del 10º año que estemos celebrando el aniversario de Mujeres en Acción y la conferencia ACOMI, cuales sus letras indican, representan Adelante con Orgullo Mujer Inmigrante, el título completo de la conferencia. Nosotros estamos celebrando este 10º año con mucho orgullo para compartir que nos hemos unido con la Organización de Mujeres en Acción para aún fortalecer el éxito de la conferencia. Ambos tenemos la misión y los valores, compartimos los mismos valores de esforzarnos para que las mujeres y sus familias lleguen a cumplir sus metas y realizar sus sueños a través de su desarrollo económico, el desarrollo de su liderazgo, para poder obtener una equidad en salud y mejorar el bienestar de la mujer, que a lo largo tiene también el impacto a su familia y nuestra comunidad entera. La conferencia se llevará a cabo el 7 de febrero, que es este sábado, desde las 8:30 de la mañana hasta las 4:30 de la tarde. Será localizado en el Centro de Estudiantes de Hartnell College, del Colegio Hartnell, que está en Salinas. Tendremos también, quisiera también reconocer los patrocinadores del Colegio de Hartnell que están uniéndose con nosotros en compartir su espacio sin costo alguno. Y a la vez quisiéramos también agradecer a las organizaciones que están cooperando con nosotros, incluyendo la Organización de Transportación del MST, que es el Monterey Salinas Transit, proveyendo transporte desde el sur del sur del condado. Igualmente el Distrito Escolar de Soledad, que también está proveyendo transporte para mujeres y sus familias que vienen desde lejos. Tendremos en este día un panel de discusión, de pláticas. Tendremos talleres en varios temas, incluyendo de inmigración, conociendo sus derechos, sabiendo más sobre qué se puede hacer y dónde y cómo obtener recursos. Tendremos con nosotros la oficina, representantes del Cónsul de México proveyendo ese taller. Igualmente tenemos temas cubiertos en los talleres como acerca de cómo mejorar su salud mental, salud física y a la vez la crianza de sus hijos. Tendremos una feria de recursos, habrá cuidado infantil, se le ofrecerá desayuno y almuerzo, y habrá interpretación de español a inglés y español a mixteco. La conferencia llevará a cabo totalmente en español y les recomendamos a que se registren con anticipación, que visiten el sitio de web con Mujeres en Acción 831.org. De nuevo, el evento es completamente gratis, aunque se les anima a que se registren con tiempo. Sin embargo, no vamos a dejar que nadie llegue sin ser admitido a la conferencia, así que todos serán bienvenidos. Este año, como celebramos los 10 años, empezaremos con una plática, una charla de anfitrionas con Elsa Mendoza Jiménez, cual es la directora de salud del condado de Monterey, y también con María Elena Manso, es directora ejecutiva de Mujeres en Acción. Tenemos el honor de tener con nosotros la vicepresidenta de Justicia Económica y Oportunidad de la Fundación Comunitario Latino de aquí del estado de California, quien es Verónica Vences. Ella será nuestra oradora principal. Y en sí, entonces, gracias por esta oportunidad. Tomaré pausa por si tienen algunas preguntas.
Thank you so much, Rosemary, for sharing this information. If anyone has any questions, they can put them in the chat. But I do have one question. With so much uncertainty today, the community, can sometimes be, scared. And so I think it's really important that this information is being shared to them. But for you, why do you think it's important to continue uplifting this work, especially during times when community members are feeling this uncertainty?
Thank you for the question, Maite. There is no better time than now to hold these convenings and to continue to empower our community members who might be most impacted by the current immigration enforcement activities that we are seeing across the country. This conference is centered and focused on uplifting community, empowering community voice, and certainly resourcing the women of our county who are the foundation of many families in our community. This conference is really just uplifting a community in ways that are just so critical for us at this time. We are creating a safe space for those difficult conversations to address the fears, the concerns, more importantly, to gain access to the resources that would most certainly support and equip community members to do what it is that they need to do to be in a better place and to live healthy and thriving lives despite all of what is happening around us.
Yeah, thank you so much for that and for that reassurance as well. Because I know this conference, like it's the 10th annual conference. So what is some of the feedback that you've gotten from participants who have attended before?
We have heard from previous attendees that have left our conference feeling very much empowered, increased in knowledge about how and where to access services, more connected to each other as individuals in the community, and as well as being part of something that is designed for them by them, and so that's something that's very empowering and really sets us apart from the traditional convenings and planning for other conferences, is that individuals who might not have always been engaged in this way are given that opportunity and are walking away feeling just more connected to community, more connected to the programs and services that will continue to uplift them and help them in their lives.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being here today. If you can please send over your slides, and then we'll be sure to share that out as well, just to get the voice out. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Our next topic focuses on expanding access to services. The County of Monterey Department of Social Services is unveiling a new mobile office van that will be used to support outreach efforts and assist residents and be used during emergencies and disaster situations. This fully equipped vehicle is designed to bring services directly into the community and helping reduce the barriers to access. Joining us to share more, we have Guerrero here, Management Analyst with the County of Monterey Department of Social Services. Thank you so much for being here, Dee.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Let me share my screen. I have a short presentation on our mobile office. All right, everybody, I hope you can see that. So
We do.
we are very good. We want to make sure that you know that we do have an outreach program out here. Disasters happen, be it natural, financial, man-made. They can strike without warning, leaving our communities vulnerable and often disconnected from essential services. Community benefits programs such as food assistance, housing support, and healthcare provide a safety net that allows individuals and families to recover from crisis. Maintaining access to public assistance is just not about delivering these services and goods, but about building trust, protecting dignity, and providing stability for the community in times of uncertainty. With funding, we were lucky enough to get funding from the Process and Technology Grant from the Food and Nutrition Services Division of USDA. We're able to connect that access here in Monterey County. Our residents can now apply for, renew, or receive benefits even when they aren't able to get to a physical office. Sometimes they have work issues, there are language barriers. We might have to just be parked out on the side of the road when our community can't get into our office. Our new mobile office is a self-contained transport unit equipped with technology and tools to function as a temporary extension of DSS operations. It's just like coming into one of our lobbies. We also have, you can see here, we do have separate offices, so our customers are comfortable when processing applications, distributing aid, or providing that information in real time, because each one of these units is self-contained. It can be confidential, the families are in there privately, and our workers are actually able to, it's kind of like working at home. They can access our DSS IT systems and services that we use to provide public services. Our outreach team will work alongside community partners to schedule locations such as the WIC or the food bank to help the community get these assistance with benefit services, especially getting them in here to apply for aid, or with retaining our services such as completing reports, turning in their paperwork. We can even do electronic benefits cards if they need them. Although we simply want to be out there ensuring that we're reaching those in the community that for some reason or another can't come into our office, this vehicle is equipped and ready to be deployed for disaster. It is huge. It's a Freightliner M2-106, and it's got its own separate cab. It's about 36 feet long and 12 feet wide, and it has its own generator. It has a satellite for internet. It has climate control. It even has a refrigerator for foods and services that we may need. Like I said, in the line of any disaster, like if children need milk or juice, or we need to be out there helping other community partners like our health department. We do have refrigeration and climate control for goods and services. This is a spec there of what it looked like before we had it built for Monterey County. Our modular workstations are for staff to conduct any private and confidential interviews. Like I said, being with community benefits and out there providing public services benefit programs to the community, sometimes there is a fear, especially in the climate that we have now, that their information isn't going to be safe, or people are going to hear, or people are going to see. These rooms are private. Even in our modular mobile office, they're private. The information isn't shared. And again, it's like being plugged right into a physical office here, anywhere in Monterey County. Our cloud-based systems for real-time data entry, they can provide secure communication to get anybody their benefits right then and there in real time. And again, we can even process electronic benefits cards to hand them their card so they can go right down and get any benefits that they qualified for that we were able to process right then and there. Now, you are all cordially invited to attend the launch and introduction of our Department of Social Services new mobile office. Just like any new debutante, we're putting her out into the public tomorrow. You'll get a firsthand look at our newest outreach vehicle. You can see our smaller van. It's a Mercedes van that is also equipped with a cellular office, and it's already out there. I don't know if you've ever seen it on the street, but our van and our new mobile office look the same. And so we have our mini fleet that we call it. We're out there to provide outreach support and engagement out to the community. But please join us and our community partners tomorrow. There'll be the core program, Catholic Charities, the Center for Community Advocacy, Central California Alliance for Health, the Food Bank, the Health Department. You can meet other departments, meet our director, Roderick Franks. He's going to have the unveiling, quote unquote, and a ribbon cutting. Please, there'll be food, there'll be giveaways, there'll be education with our community partners. So please, you're all welcome to attend. And our theme is Helping Wheels, here for you every day in every way. And that's what we'd like to present out from Community Benefits, to let our community know that we're here to help them. Hope you can all attend. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this. And so the event is taking place tomorrow, February 5th.
Yes.
We'll be sure to share this. Yeah, go ahead. Do you have anything else
And
to add?
it'll be at 1000 South Main Street. It's called the Life Foundation Building. I know some of you might know it as the Quad from back in the day, but it is the Life Foundation building, and it's 1000 South Main Street.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And we will be sure to share this as well. You did talk about community partners, and I wanted you to talk a little bit more about that in depth. When it comes to DSS collaborating with community partners, how would that process be as far as choosing when and where to place the van?
So we do have a schedule that we follow with these community partners. Right now, our outreach team, and I believe that you can find that on our Monterey County Community Benefits, either Facebook or Instagram page. We have schedules, we have flyers, we try to keep the public very well informed, but they'll go out and either you'll see our outreach van, or you can go right into one of their offices. I believe at WIC right now, they are working out of the WIC office. Once the community starts to know, they either will follow us on social media, or they can call us up. Our numbers everywhere, even on our mobile offices, and our vans are like a mobile billboard of sorts for us. But once they get there, they can do anything they would do in an office. If they have questions about what services we provide, if they'd like to apply, if there's some reason they need to turn in paperwork to retain benefits, they can do that there. We do have a lot of our programs, like our DSS upload. That's to help the community upload documents in real time by taking a picture of them on their phone. So you can do that right there in our office as well. We have a great outreach team that can help the community members do that.
Wow, that's amazing. It really seems like it's really well equipped. And so I want to know from your perspective, what kind of impact do you hope that this van makes in the community?
I hope we're seeing, that there are some communities here, community members that we don't always reach. Some of our immigrant families, along with this, we call it the PTIG grant, that we were able to get this, the van in the mobile office. We have another one, and it's the LIIG grant, which is the immigrant initiative grant with the state of California governor's office. That also helped us create some videos to reach some of our indigenous language speakers who will not come into our office because, one, either we don't understand what they're saying, it's frustrating to them, or there's a fear that we're government and that, yes, we're trying to help them, but of course, like I said, in this day and age in the climate, they really are reserved. So these language videos will play on the television sets that we have installed on our mobile offices and in our van. And they rotate through some of the like Triqui and Chatino and languages that aren't common. And so they can say, hey, that's my language, and they can hear about our benefits and what we offer. And then we have translation services to help us get their information so we can start the application process. What we do here is our calling. We're called to help and service our community, and we intend to try and reach everybody.
Thank you so much for that answer, and for the reassurance as well, and the work that DSS does. It's really amazing. And so we will also be sure to share this and hope that there's a really good turnout for tomorrow's event. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Come on by. I hear there's going to be pozole, and the food bank is going to be providing food boxes. So, and we're expecting about at least 200 people. So you guys want to get there early.
Thank you so much. We'll be sure to share that.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Now, last but definitely not least, the County of Monterey Housing and Community Development Department is inviting residents to share their input through a public survey for the Chualar Community Plan. The survey is designed to gather feedback on the community's strengths, challenges, and opportunities to help guide future planning and improve the quality of life in Chualar. Joining us to share more are Sara Wikle, Principal Planner, and Edgar Sanchez, Associate Planner with the County of Monterey Housing and Community Development. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then we can start.
And I do want to mention that this will be a bilingual presentation as well.
Yeah. Are you guys able to see the presentation?
Yes, we see your screen.
Perfect.
Edgar, do you want me to start in English and then you'll follow up in Spanish? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Great. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having us. Again, I'm Sara Wikle. I'm a principal planner with Housing and Community Development, and also here with project lead Edgar Sanchez, our associate planner. And today we're going to give a high-level overview of the Chualar Community Plan and how you can be engaged with our public survey.
Hola a todos, muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. Mi nombre es Edgar Sánchez, soy un planificador aquí con el Condado de Monterrey y hoy voy a dar una breve presentación sobre un proyecto que hemos lanzado en el condado, que es el Plan Comunitario de Chualar. Este es un esfuerzo comunitario para guiar el futuro crecimiento de la comunidad de Chualar.
And so what is the Chualar Community Plan? At a high level, the community plan was identified in the county's 2010 general plan, with Chualar being a community area where a future planning effort such as a community plan was contemplated. In terms of what it is, the HCD staff in the community are working on a long-term plan for Chualar's future with a focus on how to accommodate housing growth, additional services, and safety improvements in the community. The goal of the community plan is both to fulfill that general plan policy and also respond to documented community needs and ultimately we are working to build the community plan with community input through walking audits, various community outreach events, and then this survey that we have active right now.
¿Qué es el Plan Comunitario de Chualar? El Plan Comunitario de Chualar es un plan a largo plazo que guía el crecimiento y el mejoramiento de la comunidad sobre cómo va pasando el tiempo. Es como las ciudades que tienen su plan general, así específicamente estamos trabajando en un plan para la comunidad de Chualar. Este plan va a abarcar aspectos como las viviendas, los servicios públicos, la seguridad de las calles y los espacios comunitarios. Y pienso que lo más importante de este plan es que se desarrolla y se elabora con la participación directa de los habitantes de la comunidad de Chualar.
And then what do we know about Chualar today? So the Housing and Community Development Department does have a webpage where you can get updates on the community planning process. Currently, we've worked with a consultant team to put together an existing conditions report with Chualar, which is where some of these bullets on your screen come from. So Chualar is designated as a disadvantaged community in terms of environmental justice related considerations around air pollution and planning. And so this community is also being looked at as part of the county's draft environmental justice element. We've also heard and seen in the existing conditions report that there's no dedicated community park or gathering space, and that seems to be of very big interest in terms of the feedback we've been getting from the community. So that is something that is being contemplated and looked at as part of the community plan. There are documented safety concerns near the school in Chualar, which is a key community hub and resource, as well as Highway 101 and the on and off ramps to get into the community of Chualar. And there's also limited access to services closer to home in the community.
So, basándonos en el contexto histórico y en el trabajo que previamente hemos conducido en Chualar, y esta información es clave de un reporte de condiciones existentes que hicimos aquí en el condado. Una de esas es que la comunidad de Chualar es una comunidad que se considera desfavorecida, y esto es debido a la justicia ambiental que se debe a la calidad del aire y la tierra que llega de la carretera. Y también sabemos que no hay parque comunitario exclusivo en la comunidad, ni hay espacios para reunirse que son exclusivamente para Chualar. También tenemos preocupaciones de seguridad cerca de la escuela y la autopista del 101. Y también tenemos acceso limitado a los servicios que estén cerca de la comunidad, como la comunidad está un poco lejos de los servicios públicos como de Salinas. También es una.
In terms of the timeline with the Chualar Community Plan, as I mentioned, there's an existing conditions report that's now available on the county's website for review. This was a key portion of the kickoff process for the Chualar Community Plan update to ensure that county staff and consultant staff had a understanding of the existing conditions in the community and key areas for focus and improvement as part of the community plan process. We are in the early stages of doing some community engagement. Staff and consultant staff have had a couple of walking audits in the community. One was in late January, and there was a technical walking audit late last year. And in the next few months, we're looking towards doing a multi-day community design workshop and survey. And we have a survey, again, that's currently active. But once we have some additional feedback from the survey, that'll help set aside and give the space for that multi-day community design workshop to develop. And then with all that community engagement, staff will work with the community advisory committee on development of the community plan, looking at some draft visions and concepts, and of course, a lot of community outreach, engagement, and review of that document. And once we get that feedback, then we would go towards adoption and implementation of the community planning process. Typically, adoption is at a public hearing, and then adoption and implementation of the plan will occur after the plan is formally approved by the Board of Supervisors.
El proceso de planificación se lleva a cabo por etapas. Primero completamos la evaluación de las condiciones existentes, como mencioné previamente. Este está disponible en nuestro sitio web y está disponible para que todos puedan revisarlo y leerlo. Actualmente nos encontramos en la fase de participación comunitaria, que incluye auditorías de caminatas, reuniones, talleres y encuestas comunitarias. También tenemos planeado un taller que se va a llevar a cabo sobre una etapa de 3 días, donde vamos a invitar a la comunidad a ver un diseño de la calle y cómo se puede configurar, así como vamos desarrollando el plan comunitario. Una vez que recibamos toda esta etapa de participación pública, podemos empezar a desarrollar el plan comunitario, y con la base de información que recibimos de la comunidad y siguiendo una revisión pública, seguimos a la etapa de adopción y implementación, que se lleva a cabo en una audiencia pública con la Junta de Supervisores.
And we do want to hear from community residents in the community of Chualar. We do have a community survey that's been open for about a month now. We're tentatively planning to close the survey February 12th. So please see on your screen, there's a couple QR codes for an English and a Spanish survey, and there's hyperlinks below those if the QR code is challenging to access. We also have these hyperlinks on our website as well. The community survey covers key areas that we're looking for community feedback on, such as various areas of strengths for the community, looking at existing housing development and needs around housing, needs around community parks, open space, mobility improvements, and other topics that will help inform development of the community plan.
So, nosotros queremos saber como de ustedes, porque la opinión de la comunidad es la parte más importante de este proceso. Y una de las maneras más fáciles de participar es mediante la encuesta comunitaria. La encuesta está disponible en inglés y en español, y toma aproximadamente 10 minutos para completar y nos ayuda a comprender las prioridades que son más importantes de la comunidad y nos ayuda a priorizar en qué debemos trabajar primero. Solo los animamos a todos, si conoce a sus vecinos o gente que vive en Chular, que compartan la encuesta con ellos y así podamos recibir la mayor cantidad de participación. Puede acceder a la encuesta escaneando el código QR o haciendo clic en el enlace que está disponible en la presentación.
And thank you again so much for your time today. If you have any questions or feedback, Edgar Sanchez is the main point of contact. His phone number and email are on the screen. And there's also a Chular planning email that's specific to the community plan of Chular. It helps us just track public correspondence and engagement with the project. So feel free to give Edgar a call or send us an email. And then please visit our project webpage for additional information and updates.
Muchas gracias a todos. Si tiene preguntas o desea compartir comentarios, se puede comunicar con el condado utilizando la información que es mi información, es mi número y mi correo electrónico. También puede recibir más información accediendo a nuestra página web del proyecto de Chular. Muchas gracias.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing this valuable information. You did talk about the importance of the community feedback, and I do want to ask how the community feedback really helps to ensure that the plan reflects the real needs and the priorities of Chular residents.
Yes, it does. We're definitely looking for that feedback and engagement on specific topics in the community, working alongside community members to really ensure that the strategies and concepts that come out related to future growth or development in the community really reflects the community needs, which is why participation in the survey is really helpful and additional community outreach and engagement events that we have coming up. So yes, it's really key.
Yeah, thank you for that. And then can you remind us if there is a deadline to complete the survey?
Edgar, I believe we were
Yes.
looking to go ahead.
Yeah, we have a tentative deadline for February 12th. We do understand there's some I guess some people that can't meet that deadline. So the survey will be open through February with a soft closing on the 12th. But we'd encourage people to participate. We'll be leaving it open for a couple additional days just to ensure that people kind of have time to take it.
Yeah, and then just to confirm, the survey is available in both English and Spanish.
Yes, it's available in both.
Okay, perfect. Yes, we did see those 2 QR codes, so we'll definitely be sure to share that. And then are you able to share the types of questions that people can expect on the survey? I know you mentioned that it took about 10 minutes, just so that the residents know exactly what to expect when they're taking that survey.
Do you want me to share the actual survey itself or just
I mean, if you want to, yeah, if you want to walk us, yeah, whatever you'd like to share. I mean, if you'd like to walk us through it a little bit, that would be great.
Yeah, I can. Just give me a second here. Are you guys able to see the survey questions?
Oh, yes, I do.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, so this is a Survey Monkey. It's really user friendly. It's just a set of multiple choice questions. There is a option to fill in the blank where you would like to elaborate more, but it has to do with kind of where the strengths and weaknesses of the community. Some of the examples are like quality of schools, stuff that we've heard based on the existing conditions, but also what we've heard through our already outreach process that we've conducted in the community. Another question is, another key part of this Chular community plan is the growth factor and how much the community could grow and how much residents actually want to see that growth in Chular. So it has to do with kind of the type of housing you'd like to see, kind of public areas and public services, and then as well as here's the growth question, and then just key considerations for us to consider during that plan making process. And then in the last part of it is just more general data information for us.
Okay. Well, this is great. No, thank you so much for walking us through it. And it seems pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So we'll definitely encourage the community to take this survey, and you have shared your slides with me. So I'll definitely be sure to send that out as well. We appreciate you both being here today and for sharing the importance of the survey.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks everyone for joining us on the news briefing this week. Our next briefing will be next week, and we will see you then.